My first question to you is, do you think you're a lolcow?
I actually didn't know what a lolcow was, but based on everything said, I think I'm a certified lolcow. I should probably be a permanent guest. As far as I know, the definition is that we are people that are online presence that are like self-delusional and don't know that people just want to pick on us when we think we're super serious and everyone's our friend.
So in the sphere of lolcow stardom, of all the major lolcows that I talk about, I examine, that other people talk about, Blade and Wings, I feel like, are typically the two that are semi more grounded in reality than a lot of the other ones are. They're still lolcows, don't get me wrong. Lolcows, I mean, Blade's explanation is decent. You can add on to it that's like it's somebody who never learns a lesson from what they do, and people can milk them for content. And that's basically how I view it. I know other people view lolcows differently, whatever, you know, pick your battles. All right, this is the battle I'm gonna let you decide on. But essentially, this whole video is sort of centered around the idea that I hate Boogie. I just hate him. I was planning on this video to be solely centered around Blade and what he's talking about, and there's plenty of that. But Boogie just gets me angry, man. The things he says, his caricatures, I mean, his face is shaking his head around when Blade's saying, oh yeah, you're a lolcow. It's, oh God. He's the least self-aware person in the entire world, and he's also so narcissistic, and the combination of the two just makes my blood boil. I didn't think I was going to get this heated in the opening monologue, but here we are. Let's get into the lolcow live podcast with Blade.
I mean, you're married now. How long you been married?
I'm not married.
Okay, but you've been with somebody for a while now? Okay, one of the videos I saw said you've been with somebody named Becky for a couple years now.
Well,
maybe you were expecting twins and stuff?
I was with Beck for about 3 to 4 years, but recently we actually departed. We broke up.
And this is the most frustrating part, is like Keemstar wants to try and figure out why, you know, Wings and Boogie are like kind of holding the show down. They're not really promoting it, they're not being active with anything, and it's like, well, look at their work history on YouTube and then you'll understand why they have no motivation, no desire to do anything on the platform, try and make any of their content any better. It's no shock to that. Boogie's paying an editor to edit some of his videos where you literally can't tell the difference between whether one video is edited and the other one's not. It's just like, it's bizarre. And he's over here, he can't even get like the most basics of OnlyUseMeBlade correctly. It's like Wings and Blade, I understand the dynamic, they are aware of each other. The other two have not interacted with Blade like ever. And Boogie in particular, Boogie is way out of his element, and he's coming over here saying, how long have you been married and you're expecting twins? It's not even like a funny joke. It's like, were you watching some documentary that has 45 views that was posted 10 years ago? Like, I don't understand where you're getting the information from. There's plenty of documentaries that I think obscure certain facts or like don't present the whole picture, but most of them get the baselines kind of correct, mostly that you can approximate. There's never been speculation outside of like trolls saying it's all scripted. It's like there's been no speculation that Blade was married to Beck and was having twins. Boogie, goddamn.
That honestly,
so like, there's a huge difference between my clips and your clips. Like when people say I'm a piece, my clips are like usually on like a podcast setting like this, where I'm trying to be entertaining and saying shocky. Your clips is drinking and driving.
Wait for it. Sometimes you gotta drive to get more air, dude. Goddamn right, dude. Play Post Malone. What's it goes last?
You know, I mean, I did do that on a stream before, and I'm not proud of that. Obviously,
you've done it at least twice in my recollection in like the last year.
Blade, I was not familiar with you until today.
Okay.
and I watched 2 different videos about you, Sonny V2 and Internet AJ, and I do think you're scum of the earth, and that's coming from me, and I'm pretty scummy.
Your two sources for whether or not you think somebody is the worst person on earth is Sonny V2 and Internet AJ. I mean, come on, he's not a real person. The 2 videos you watch were Sonny V2 and Internet AJ, the guy who left the internet because he just read Wikitubia and that was his fucking videos. That's the guy that you're taking your information from, dude. I mean, like, go to the source, man. It's like, at least Wings is aware of, like, Lummox and Wings 007 and Breaking Banquet and Mr. YOLO Dickswagger and all those people, right? He's aware of what they're putting out. Boogie has no clue. He doesn't even know where to look. I'm not saying that he has to come to my channel and listen to me babble about these fucking freaks, but, like, you can't find a better documentary about Blade than Sonny V2 and Internet AJ. Oh my god. And you want to wonder why people don't take you seriously ever. You don't take any effort to try and get anything correct, and you will never rescind the fact that which one of the 2 idiots said that he was married and having twins? Probably Internet AJ, the guy who knows nothing about anything but likes to masquerade like that. That's the problem with all of these documentary commentary, let's do a biopic on different people, is like they have like a million different people working and collecting the information for them, and there's no genuineness to them. Believe it or not, I'm out here in the muck. I'm shoveling that shit out to try and see, all right, let's see what's going on here. And yeah, I get things wrong from time to time, but I at least can feel like, you know what? I'm in the trench with the rest of you. I'm not the commander sitting 2 miles back with the artillery with binoculars looking out at the battlefield. We're on the front line just stabbing that whale into a ditch, all right? And I'm proud to serve with the rest of you.
The first thing that, okay, all right, let me just start from the top. Give me 5 minutes, okay? Number 1, I'm the son of an alcoholic, and I saw in you a lot of the things that I did not like about my dad, and we all know what my dad did to me and my family, and so that alone is enough reason
because you
for
bring
me to
it up
not
a
like
lot.
You. I just, man, there are things in this world that only God can forgive, and that's 2 of them in my book. Those are things I have no desire to forgive you for. I have no desire to show you respect because you did those things. You have to do so much charitable work, so much good shit in your life, and I don't see a sign that you're doing any of it. Are you?
The most infuriating part of the entire podcast is that Boogie's taking this holier than thou point of view. It's like, Blade, you're such a piece of shit. You're a horrible person. You have to do all this stuff to fix all the mistakes you've done in your life, and it's coming from Boogie, the guy who constantly says he's going to game end himself and is currently, manipulating, and I can't say the word I want to say, but starts with an M and ends in test, a 20-year-old girl who's gonna have her entire future ruined because of this fat, pathetic slob. That's the guy who's gonna stand there and say, yeah, God's gonna smite you, buddy. Where you're going, it's especially hot. It's like, Boogie, you have no self-awareness. None. It's like, how are you this delusional all the time? And it's like, I have no sympathy for you. I was the son of an alcoholic, and look how I turned out, a piece of shit. It's like, I'm glad Tommy C jumped in and said, yeah, you bring that up because you need to be a victim in every category. It's like, oh, Blade, you've done some horrible shit. Well, I did some horrible shit too, but at least my dad than me. It's like, Boogie, I fucking hate you. You're the worst type of person. Nobody wants to hang out with you. Nobody likes you. You've got a little girl around your finger that you can manipulate, and you're just so happy as a clam. God.
Like, the irony in the room is I'm a 400-pound man pushing 40 myself, and I'm going to outlive you, Blade.
I don't think so, buddy. I'm sorry.
You don't think so? Let me let you know a secret here, right? Much like Boogie, I'm the son of an alcoholic too, and I've seen 3 men in my life go through what you're about to go through, and I can give you point blank what your life is about to turn to. First thing you're going to notice is your piss is going to turn neon orange. Have you already started noticing that yet? Where your piss starts turning neon orange? Then you're going to start noticing that everybody else is hot and you're going to be cold because your body's going to stop being able to regulate itself. And then you're going to start getting a thing called lymphedema. Lymphedema is when your legs start to swell up. They're going to swell up to the point where the pores are going to start pushing out, right? And you're going to die cold and alone off the charity of the fans that basically pay you to kill yourself.
And I'll be honest with you, if it happens to you, I'm not going to shed a tear. We woke up one night in the middle of the night and he had a stroke-like something. I've heard it called alcoholic seizures. I've heard it called simply a stroke. But just like that. And here's the thing. God did not have the mercy to kill that man.
Oh, of course, Boogie's got to interject. Boogie's got to interject with Wings giving some pretty solid information related to, cirrhosis of the liver or whatever other ailment that Blade might have. Even though it's lymphedema and not lymphedemia, I'm pretty positive about that. But either way, slip up. I don't say the right words all the time, so I'm not gonna beat you over the head with a wrought iron over there, Mr. Wings. But of course, Boogie's got to interject and say, I have no sympathy for you, none at all. If you decayed right here in front of me, I would piss all over you, and it would make me feel happy because I gotta go and eat a family-size KFC bucket of chicken right after this because I'm just salivating at the idea that there's somebody more pathetic and worthless than me. And that's Boogie. That's Boogie in a nutshell. You just wrap him up and you say, ooh, yeah, I'm such a good little boy. I'm such a sweet little boy. Don't feel bad for me. Please feel bad for me. If you don't, I'm going to say some horrible shit about you. Boogie doesn't even know who Blade is. And the crazy part is, they're somehow making Blade look redeemable. Blade is a scummy, garbage person. And somehow all these other horrible people are lifting him up, with their fatty hanging down arms, lifting him up into the sky to say, don't worry, buddy, we're gonna paint you in a positive light by us destroying you. But it's coming off as ironic and hypocritical coming from people like them.
Okay, I got a question. You guys seem like experts on me and super upset. I know that I have a drinking problem. I know that's what's out there.
Okay.
For the record, I know you know.
Lots of anger, but I haven't done anything towards any one of you gentlemen. So what? Like, if you think I'm such a big piece of shit, why would you want to have me on the podcast? And why do you care?
Good question.
I didn't invite you here. I just showed up for work, man.
I hate Boogie. I hate him. His stupid face, dude. Oh my god, he's sitting there. He always has that look of like a condescending look as somebody's explaining something, where it's just his slanted little eyes behind his glasses staring at his computer screen trying to process the words that are coming towards him. And then he has the gall to say that he's showing up for work after 10 minutes ago getting everything about the biographical history of Blade incorrect, and then saying, I'm showing up to work. Yeah, Boogie, you're the type of guy that would oops a daisy, I accidentally spilled water all over the server room and we just destroyed 10 years of history from our company and $10,000 of servers. Whoopsie-doodle. That's you, Boogie. You're not this mastermind genius who is comprehending all these dynamic situations around you. You're an idiot, a moron, and a pathetic excuse for a host on this show. You aren't carrying this show. Wings isn't carrying the show. Keemstar is somehow holding up this shit show and continuing it on, and it is incomprehensible to me.
Let me be nice to you. Blade, what is your plan, man? What is your plan? Do you have a plan?
I'm trying to figure it out, but currently I'm trying to figure out life because it's been rough the last 2 years about trying to get solidified, and like I've gone sober before, but things
How long have you? What was your record for going sober? You don't mind
like 8 months.
Do you ever find it financially beneficial for you to be like totally mask off and insane on streams? Like people just give you more money for being just more outrageous?
I mean, once I hit a certain part of the bottle and I get into the blackout phase, it's like fast forward. I don't know what's going on. So I'm not a racist person, but for some reason, in a playful, weird way, I say the N-word when I'm. I don't know why. I really don't.
Backed out. That's interesting.
Playful, weird way, huh?
I don't understand the direction that Blade's trying to go with this entire thing. They try and ask him for such a long time about what his idea of his future is going to be. You know, like if he doesn't think that streaming is going to be viable 5-10 years down the road, then what's his game plan? And if he still believes that he's somehow going to outlive Wings, which is pretty bizarre. I know this was in an earlier clip, but let's talk about it briefly now. I know that in theory, Wings being 400 pounds and barely moving around each day, you should basically be able to line him up against like 99% of other people and say, yeah, you know, if I had to choose one, Wings was probably kicking the bucket earlier. But Blade is also like, you know, 280, 270, something like that, and an alcoholic with diabetes and heart problems and no teeth and probably just a litany of other issues. And it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe it's the same time that you guys will kick the bucket, but let's not pretend like you're gonna be living to be 70. That's preposterous. There's no way that's gonna work out. But back to reality. I don't understand his comments about the N-word. I think there's some truth to it. I also, you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be 100% honest, unless you're consciously using it towards people, which Blade does in a semi-regular basis. So there's some issue there. At the same time, it's like, that's just lit Romney coming out to play. I mean, you know, sober Blade is not going to be partaking in that. So it's just like a weird dichotomy between two different characters inside the same body.
No, so you always had hope.
Yeah, I always figured it out, dude. Like, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
I've been attempting to change back over to the new. I like the new Call of Duty. I've been playing in it a lot.
Okay.
But when I do that, and it's going to take a lot to change my fan base over from. Like, and I get people all the time that say, "Hey, Blade, we love this like a sober stream, right? Or a stream where I like do an edible or something." People are like, "Oh my god, this is so much more fun and chill, and I like you so much better than the drunk you." But then it gets to the point where I'm like, "Man, I gotta pay bills," and so I'm like, I end up breaking down saying, "Get a bottle, get drunk, get money, wake up, hangover,
sure.
Drink water, do it again."
So this is pretty much cap. I mean, his explanation as to why he goes back to drinking makes 100% sense, because when he does these Call of Duty streams, they are the worst thing on planet Earth. They're somehow worse than any other Boogie content that I could possibly cover, and he just doesn't make cash off of it. And he's alleging that there is at least some set of his audience that's saying, "Oh yeah, man, we want to watch your stuff, we want to support it." It's like even your biggest dents, like Scary Terry, who you're living with, or any of the other people that are donating $50 a night to you, they're not showing up for the Call of Duty streams. They're showing up for you to get blackout drunk. So I don't see, maybe he sees a message every once in a while that says, "Oh yeah, Blade, I really like this. I'm 9 years old and mommy just gave me access to the internet for the first time." And it's like, hey, that's fair, good for you, buddy, but you have to figure out something. It's something. It can't be Call of Duty because you don't have a future in that. You have to find out something. And he alludes to the streamer house a little bit later on, and I don't know about that, Blade. I really don't. That is just an incubation period of you getting wasted again.
Are you living month to month, like pay wise?
Absolutely.
Like, because I was going to ask you that, because if you're living in that situation, I was going to ask you, is there an escape plan from this? Because you can't continue to do this. You're in your 40s now. Your body's breaking down. Like, you can't. Your long-term plan can't be like, I'm gonna drunk stream every time I need to pay a light bill.
Well, obviously, I'm not going to be drunk streaming when I'm fucking 50. I've been actively looking for an out plan. One of the things I was doing.
How old are you now?
I just turned 41.
So I didn't cover it earlier, but Boogie just He's asking a question that's already been answered like 30 minutes ago. Wings asked him because Wings wanted to know how close he was in age. I think Wings is like 39 and Blade's 41. Either way, Boogie just not paying attention, but he's showing up to work, guys. Don't worry. He's paying close attention. He's getting all the details correct because he wouldn't want to make himself look like a fool. He wouldn't want to show back up on a saturated content video where he's just slam dunking on you. You know, you're the mascot and I'm Aaron Gordon doing the dunk contest on top of you. Either way, Wings brings up the right point. It's like, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you can't be drinking in the future because you'll be dead, essentially. And it's shocking to me that Blade doesn't have any amount of savings. I understand that living in like hotel rooms and shit is not cheap, but at the same time, it's like, there are some nights that this dude's making $2 or $3 grand. $2 or $3 grand. I mean, he's making as much in probably a week streaming. If he's having some lit streams go on, he's probably making 6, 7, 8 grand in a week. And it's like, you're making that much in a week compared to how much people make in a month. And it's bizarre, dude. It's bizarre. Where's all your money going? I know it's going to alcohol, but he claims he doesn't drink off stream. So it's like, we see you drink maybe 2 bottles a stream if we're lucky, and 2 bottles of Jaeger. I mean, I'm just spitballing here. You know, let's say at most it's $40 at most. So it's like $40 a night is not going to eat into your several $100 streams. I don't know where all the money is going. I really don't. And I'd be more curious about his tax situation. Like, is Blade paying taxes? I don't know about that. I'm not too sure about that.
My question is basically, is there somebody out there who could help you get clean again? And then there's like a future where I think, you know, given enough time, because this is a future I've had to ask myself about, right? Do I eventually leave the internet and help, you know, find help to get to a point where my name is Googleable again, my health is better, and I could work? And I would love to see you have that future.
Okay,
I would really like to see you have that future.
And I had basically, I started working for her. She was a general manager for Dickies at the time. So I worked at a Dickies store, and it was fine. Work was easy. And for about 8 months, I did that. I didn't have a sip of alcohol, no withdrawals. And I remember me and her would like watch streams, and I could tell that I wanted back into it. Like, I was telling, like, man, these guys aren't doing, like, I watch streamers stream, and I'm like, dude, you're not taking advantage of the opportunity. You're not funny. You're not this. You're not doing it right. You know what I mean? Like, almost like a basketball player that's injured and he watches his teammates not play the game right. And so then I got back into it, and I like it. I enjoy streaming. It's fun. For me, it's the high of when I do a stream and things are going on and my Bluetooth speaker is going off nonstop. I love it. That's the addiction for me. It's not really the drinking part of it, because I know I can stop. I've stopped before. I love hearing that speaker go off nonstop, making money.
It's really cute of Boogie to show up and say, yeah, I just want to see you turn your life around, buddy. Like 15 minutes after saying, yeah, I think you're scum of the earth and you deserve nothing in life. But by the way, I really hope you turn around, buddy. Let's hang out sometime. We'll drink some hard Mountain Dew together and we'll call it a night. It's like a two-faced piece of shit. He literally will take advantage. Oh, not take advantage. He'll jump onto the train of whoever is clearly in the advantage situation during a conversation. That's why he jumps on the Keemstar. That's why he's changing his mind about Blade. I mean, all these things. And it's cute. It's real cute because Blade just admits that it's like, I love the attention, I need the attention, and when my speaker is sending in donos nonstop, it makes me feel real good. It's not the alcohol, which he claims he's not addicted to, of course not. He can go back to working at Dickies with Beck. Him and Beck, tag team combo. I feel like that's a bit of a conflict of interest. You know, I'm not going to call the headquarters of Dickies. By the way, very below average barbecue place, if I'm being 100% honest. I mean, I guess it's good for places that have like no BBQ restaurants, but if you have a local one, just go to that. It's going to be 100 times better and probably around the same cost. Keeping it 100. Either way, seems like a conflict of interest, but either way, you know, Necky Becky, she's going to find a way to get her socks off.
Your body's deteriorating.
By the way, Wings,
Yes.
I forgot to bring this up. My ex Beck, she didn't give up on her kids to go party on an RV. That was not the case. 3 of her kids are grown and have successful businesses. The other one is literally studying abroad in Canada, and and she's 16. The kid was never around any of this toxic bullshit, and she doesn't do pills. So, like, and you don't even know her. So that's like, I just want to like clear that part up.
He's putting on his white knight armor as quickly as he can to defend Beck, who has no interest in him anymore. And it's an interesting case here, Blade, because I know for a fact, if you go back and watch my Thanksgiving video on him from last year, from 2022, I think it's from 2022, and he's at his mom's house and they're doing Thanksgiving together, and Beck's not really on screen a whole lot, but you can see in the background eventually her daughter's there. So she's not around the toxic bullshit that you're doing, but her daughter's there for some reason. That's weird. That's odd. I thought you just said right now that doesn't happen. That's curious. And then let's extrapolate. So typically when you can examine successfulness of somebody in life, you can determine it by how stable their upbringing is. So like if they have both parents, if both parents have a job, if both parents have a high school education, if they don't have multiple step siblings, all that stuff plays into it, right? Well, I don't know when Becky's husband disappeared, per se, let's call it that. Well, let's say, the kids were probably more, they weren't little kids, they might have been teens around that point, but you're telling me that they all went on to be hyper successful? They all moved on. They're owning businesses and they're running their life and they're getting trips to go study abroad. But their mom is a pathetic loser who was living with Blade and Willie for several months in Kansas City. And then when that fell through, she chose to stay there and do Uber? That's weird, Blade. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, buddy. I'm trying to put the pieces together, but you're trying to tell me two things that are polar opposites of each other. That her kids are hyper successful and that Becky's not a pillhead junkie loser. And at the same time, we have evidence that she does fall into those traits. A bit odd. I'm just trying to figure out the story, Blade. So please fill me in, buddy. I know you never lie. You always tell the truth.
One of the reasons I think I'm just so pissed off by Blade is because I see so much of myself in him. And between the two,
Wings.
the food tastes
I
better.
love the
At least
thing
I'm gonna
about
remember
this, like-
eating the food. At least the food tastes better. Alcohol tastes like
Wings. Where are you on this?
Alcohol kills faster than food.
So I would tend to agree that dying of alcoholism is probably worse than dying of food. But of course, Boogie, he's got to jump in there. It's about me. I see myself in you. And Blade is clearly just taken aback. He can't believe that Boogie would say something like that to him. That it's like, oh man, is this my future? I'm being compared to this pathetic loser that's sitting over there. What a horrible lifestyle I'm leading.
And I will not interrupt you. Do you
Go
think that I'm racist?
This is a two-part answer. I don't think you're racist when you're sober, because you like a lot of like black culture. You like rap music, you like Jordans, you like basketball. Like there's a lot of black culture ingrained in with the whole like a drunk man says what a sober man thinks. But like from my experience, it's 100% true. So like that's in your psyche and in your heart somewhere, even though it doesn't sit on the surface when you're sober. So that's where I'm at. I'm torn with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave you, I gave you a pass before.
I didn't interrupt you. I'll let you
Okay.
say it. So there you go.
I mean, like, did you have any problem with what I said just now?
Well, you're wrong, but I don't have a problem with it. That's like your opinion is wrong, but okay.
This podcast is making me drunk.
Blade's never gonna admit that he's racist. And it's like, it's kind of funny because Boogie just takes like obvious stereotypes and extrapolates it to, well, you like eating at KFC, so you must be a black person, that's the type of stereotypes that Boogie's throwing on out here. Oh, you like basketball and rap music and Jordans? Well, guess what? You're an honorary black person. Big ups to Boogie, or not Boogie. Big ups to Wings for connecting those two together, because That's cute, and it's true. Keemstar has confirmed it. I mean, he's a completely different person. He's a Jekyll and Hyde when it comes to drinking alcohol. But why would Blade ever admit that? That would just be silly. Side.
It gets hammered. Besides that, we don't have. Besides that, Wings. Like, I don't personally think that I would ever hang out with you, like in a social setting. Outside of that, that's where we go. We just don't necessarily, we don't see eye to eye on stuff. That's all.
I mean, that's fine. I'm an
Will you hang out? Hey, Brian,
we
you
not
hang out
see
with me?
eye to eye on.
Just
Brian, would you hang out with me?
normal outlook on stuff, on how things are, like how things should be done. I don't know.
Will I hang out?
But I'm not talking about drinking. Okay, like put that out of the thing. Like, I drink for stream. I make money from donations off stream. Besides that, I don't drink outside the stream. There you go. Okay.
So for some reason, Wings is just catching strays for no reason. It's like, yeah, I don't view you as a friend. I would never hang out with you, you sick freak. Don't talk to me, peasant. Stay away from me. And then you got Tommy sitting there begging for the attention. Hey, would you hang out with me? Would you hang out with me? Would you hang out with me? It's like, it's getting a little bit desperate. It's like those losers that show up to Blade streams and Uber him somewhere or get him some food or buy him a drink. It's like it's getting a little creepy, Tommy. Keep it on the DL.
Like, man, this fucking sucks. Let me go beat off in the place I was accused.
No.
of.
The
No,
beat off thing happened days before that.
Oh, okay. So, time.
Did they find your DNA there, or did you never found out? What was the final?
We never found out.
Never found. They just decided not to charge you.
Yeah.
Did the cops tell you to stay in town while they did the investigation?
No, they literally, when they were looking at the stuff, and like first off, she went in and talked to them, and then after I went and talked to them, they were laughing about the situation.
And like if we were to ask her today, that's what she would say.
Mm-hmm.
We had her on the show.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
he's telling the truth about them getting back.
All right. Well,
together.
then I owe you an apology
100%.
because I was going into this. I was utterly convinced that's something you did.
And
the cops.
You know what? The reason why I asked you earlier, like, have I attacked you? I'm not mad at you for believing that, because that was your first impression of me. I'm just saying, get to know me, and we'll go from there.
So they're talking about the whole Gucci situation, and it's like, yeah, of course Blade's gonna say he didn't do anything wrong. He's not gonna admit to doing the R word to this lady, and at the same time, Gucci's is certifiably insane. So I understand, trying to figure out which point of view you really want to take the point on, but Boogie just puts up no resistance. He's sitting there listening to this whole story, and he's great improv. He clearly took some time, took some of that debt that he has, and invested in going to improv classes with, ooh, this is crazy. I gotta rub my eyes for this. I gotta lean back in my chair. I gotta act all goofy and bizarre because something crazy's happening in the conversation. It's like, good job, Boogie. I'm glad you're developing some skills for your side career in the clown show as soon as you stop making enough money on YouTube. So I'm glad that you're really stepping out of your comfort zone and trying to create some skills for yourself that can just be really utilized in your next career. That's beautiful, buddy. Either way, I've gone on too long talking about these idiots for this podcast. It was mostly a mess. It was mostly me just getting mad at Boogie for trying to be a fake tough guy. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.